Welcome back to These Things Are Written on this Monday as we wrap up the Magnificat, or the Song of Mary, one of the three songs of the season. We'll get to another one later on this week. Let's begin by reading verses 51 through 55. He has shown strength with his arm. He has scattered the proud in thoughts of their hearts. He has brought down the mighty from their thrones and exalted those of humble estate. He has filled the hungry with good things, and the rich he has sent away. He has helped his servant Israel in remembrance of his mercy, as he spoke to our fathers, to Abraham, and to his offspring forever. A couple of things that as we look at this, remember that it is poetry, and in this poetry we see a lot of contrast happening with it, building up as well with others. As we look at verse 51, he has shown strength with his arm. He has scattered the proud in the thoughts of their heart. So showing the strength, his power that he has shown. And then with that, scattering the proud. Those who felt strong in their own ability, he scattered them. He has brought down the mighty from their throne, but yet exalted those who are humble. Notice, again, that contrast of how those who are mighty according to the world, he humbles, he brings them down, but lifts up those who are thought of as not as strong in the world. The reminder that also filled the hungry with good things, rich sent away. Again, one of those that doesn't make sense by the ways of the world, but God reveals them. God shows this. This is what he's about, by making all things new. And then he turns it to his servant Israel, not just about Mary and Elizabeth, the ones that he exalted, the humbles that he exalted, but that he also brings this promise back to Abraham, back to the promise that he made to his servant Israel, remembering the mercy, the promise of the Messiah that would come, that would bring deliverance to all the nations. So again, looking at this of how the humble and the hungry, all of those things he has fulfilled for Mary and Elizabeth, but the rich, those others, those who are proud, he has humbled, turning it back to Israel as well, and how God kept his promise to Abraham. Let's move on with verse 56. And Mary remained with her about 3 months and returned to her home. Mary's just wasn't a quick visit, stayed there 3 months. There's an interesting comparison. I made it in my sermon this week. If you want to get more details about that, I encourage you to look at or to listen to my sermon. It talks about the comparisons between Mary visiting Elizabeth and the Lord, being Mary carrying the Lord and his presence, and the Ark of the Covenant being brought back into Jerusalem. And there's 5 similarities that Dr. Reed Lessing brings out that I found fascinating. If you want to listen to them, I encourage you to listen to my sermon from this weekend. We're going to continue this as we wrap up this part with Mary and Elizabeth. We're going to continue tomorrow with the birth of John the Baptist. We'll see you then. God bless.